We are live. Welcome, everybody, to Late Night Live number 6. Number 6 already. Holy moly. It's hard to believe. Been doing this for 6 weeks already. Gonna be fun. Testing out a new setup today with my computer in front of me instead of over on my regular computer desk. We're gonna see how that goes. Trying to eliminate the look away so I can look at you guys. Now I'll have the chat a little bit closer at hand. It's hot in my apartment today. I didn't feel like it was hot when I put this shirt on a while ago, but now it feels a little hot. I'm warm, and I got nervous energy today for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why. I think because today I said I was going to do drills, and drills, well, they're not, stressful is the wrong word, but I don't like to, either I do drills like a little bit to warm up, and as you guys have seen in previous weeks, I don't do that many when I'm warming up. But when I'm doing like a session of drills, it's an undertaking, or I'm diving in, and once they start, I like to keep going and do it for a while. Like this was it's only half a page, or a little longer than half a page I did the other day. And I don't actually remember how long it took me, but it takes a long time. I'm not nervous about the standard. It's not like that. I definitely, whatever comes out of my hand onto the page when I'm writing, either here or on Instagram, it is what it is. I don't usually worry too much about that. It's just more so, I guess, my internal. I guess sort of it is standard, maybe. I want my hand to be good. And like I said, drills. Today, we're timing drills. This is my first time doing timed drills on video. Normally, I don't pull out the metronome or things like that for my videos. All right, I feel like that's enough talking and we can get things started. So if you guys didn't know, I posted these were some drills that I did yesterday, and I posted these on my Instagram, and I got a few people messaged me and asked me to do more stuff like this on my lives. So I have decided tonight that I'm gonna start this live off. It probably won't take the whole time because I still want to re-attack that monogram that I kind of gave up on last week. I would like to dive into that and maybe a couple other things before the end of the night, depending on how long the drills take. But I'm going to do these drills, and I'm going to use my metronome like I would normally be using my metronome when practicing this specific stuff. Now, the reason that I sort of did these and posted them on my Instagram yesterday was I have been studying from these two books I've been reading, and on and off studying, but I've decided recently that I'm going to take it a little more serious, and I'm going to put some more focus and dedication into practicing The Champion Method of Practical Business Writing by Mary L. Champion. There's a PDF of this on the internet. It's a good scan of it. It's a great book for business writing. So I like that one, but I also really like this one, Zehner Method of Arm Movement Writing. And I don't know, and if somebody in the chat knows this for certain, you feel free to correct me, but this specific volume, I don't believe there's a scan of it on the internet. The one that I know of, there's a Zehner Method of Arm Movement Writing. It's like the same similar name, or arm movement, penmanship, something like that. But there's a of in it, and it's a different book. It was a hardcover book, and the the lessons and whatnot in it, some of them seem more thorough, easier to follow, I think, a little bit. But something about this book, it's just the one I opened the other day, and I like the drills in the beginning of it, so that's what we're going to attack, I guess, today. So, we're going to go through this book here. I'm not going to go through the entire thing, I'm just going to show you sort of what we're doing. Talks about arm position, arm and posture and all that stuff. All of the old books sort of say this same stuff in different words. I think it's funny, I've been doing penmanship for like a long time, and I've never actually made one of these. I think I might have done one, but not rapidly, when I was at the Advanced Spencerian Saga years ago, potentially. But I've never done this in the end of my practice sessions, so that is something that I might add to the to-do list, or the to-done list tonight, once I've done my other warm-ups and whatnot. But one thing I just want to show you guys, what I like about this book so much. Quickly, it gives obviously the standard drills that we've seen a bunch of times, but as we go through the letters, and it can be a little bit hard to follow because it goes kind of back and forth a little bit, but like when you're learning the I, we do certain drills, but you'll notice at the top left and right of the pages, as we go, you'll start to see like this almost looks like the exact same as the other page. The documentation is different because it's building different things. And then as we go farther, this one we saw earlier, it was a few pages back in the book. And then that one's one that you'll notice. Here's another similar to the first one, but let me see if I can find another one here. So there, it's on the left-hand side this time. We got another one of those. And then we got this drill, which is in the beginning again, where most books, and I don't want to say all books because I haven't read all books, and even these ones, I'll be honest, I haven't read this beginning to end because I haven't followed it. My plan is to start it and slowly make it through. So I don't know what the last 3/4 of this book even look like, other than just flipping through, which I think a lot of us do too much of. We flip through books and we don't actually follow them. We flip through to do the stuff that we want to do, but don't actually do all of the steps. But as you'll notice, again, here's that same exercise, and we're all the way on page 32 now. There's that same exercise, and I haven't read this, but different documentation below. So what it seems like it's doing that's different than some other books out there, where they show you like your drills and stuff like that at the beginning, and you just kind of keep it in your brain that you do those in the beginning and then you move on to the plates. This book, and again, seeming, because I haven't read all of this super in-depth yet, but it seems like every new thing or every new lesson, it's sort of saying, now do this exercise like this to get that muscle ready for this new thing that you haven't done yet. And I have to assume that because these same drills, every like 2 or 3 pages, you're seeing very similar, like there they are again, those drills. So that intrigues me a lot. So that's why I kind of chose this as the book that I want to follow specifically. Now I'll be honest, I'm not going to follow just this book. I've read other books on business penmanship, and I'm going to be taking sort of notes and things out of like Mary Champion's book, out of a lot of the business writing books. I like Baronsmeyer's business writing book a fair bit. Brown, yeah, there's a lot of good ones out there. So I'm sort of picking and choosing bits and pieces that I like. Most of that is just sort of in the tempos and whatnot. Some of the penmen state specific downstrokes per minute, others don't. This one seems like they do a fair bit, and I know Mary does as well. F.W. Tamblyn, I think most of the way through his book, he gives very specific times of, you should be doing this so many times. And he's like cutthroat. He doesn't say, you should be like, it'd be nice to do this 200 downstrokes per minute. His little footnotes and things say things like, and if you're not doing this blah 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 per minute, you're wasting time. That's not an exact quote, but that sort of seems to be where his energy's at. He's like, do it or it's not gonna work. He's blunt in that regard. Now, a question for you guys. I'm going to be using a metronome today. Should I turn the music off? Probably, right? I'm thinking I should. Alright, let's get this party started. Let me know in the chat. I know there's a delay, but let me know if you guys think I should turn the music off. Or I'm gonna turn it off rather, and let me know if you think I should turn it back on. It's always weird when I turn the music off. I like the music. Now it's so quiet. Too quiet. If you guys really like the metronome, let me know. And or if you like the music, let me know and I can bring it back. It's just gonna potentially clash a little bit with the metronome. So starting off, I'm gonna do this same exercise that I did yesterday again today. So I'll put my book off to the side here so I don't splatter ink on it. Take a sip of tea, because I totally forgot I made tea. No preference on the music, okay. We'll see. Maybe I'll bring it back later if I don't like how this feels with the music. All right. Writing sheet of paper. Now I'm writing on, this paper here is 3/8 of an inch ruled, and my first drill is going to be a direct oval, and I'm going to be trying to do 180 downstrokes, so 180 ovals per minute. Now with tools, I know different people use different tools for different things. I will sometimes do drills with a fountain pen like this. Here, let me get another sheet of paper and show you as an example. So this is an extra fine fountain pen. It's got a gold nib on it, and I can go. And at this speed, it actually gives me a finer line than the nibs I was using. So I could choose to use that one when I do actual letters and stuff. It's a little bit darker. But it's got a very fine custom nib on it. Yeah, I won't bother zooming in. But I use this one sometimes. Probably my favorite pen, I like fountain pens more than ballpoint pens, to do drills with would be this one, which is also a fountain pen, but it is a ground nib. Who did it? Good question. This first one was ground by Richard Binder. It's a Richard Binder quad extra fine, I believe, in this one. It was originally in a different pen, and I took it out just this year, actually, and put it in this Franklin Christoph pen that I got at the Philadelphia Pen Show back in February. February? Yeah, February. And then there's this one, which is a Pilot Decimo Vanishing Point. I have a couple of these. One is black bamboo, and then I got this maroon one just recently. The tip was originally ground in the black bamboo one, but the whole nib unit of these can be put into other pens. So this one was ground by Mike Masuyama from Los Angeles. I had him grind it at the LA Pen Show for me, which you'll see here. It is also exceptionally fine. And I think this pen is actually finer than the other one. It just has a little bit more flow than the other one. Of all of my fountain pens, this is my favorite one to write with. Normally, it's in the black bamboo casing, but I was testing this out with the Decimo casing just the other day because it's a little bit narrower. So there's that one. You could also use, a lot of times I use just a standard dip pen This is just a cost-effective dip pen that I got from, I believe, John Neal Books a long time ago, and I carved a spoon into the end. This is the little spoon that I use when I mix my walnut ink. And you could put a pen in there. Most of these drills, you want to do them, or they say you want to do them with a straight pen. I personally think they should be doable with an oblique holder as well. But for, well, 99.9% of the documentation says you're supposed to do it with a straight pen. So I'm going to use a straight pen instead of a oblique holder. This is a straight pen. I'm just not going to use this one. The one I'm going to use is a gift that I got relatively recently. I can't remember the exact story. I believe this was a fountain pen company from, I can't remember exactly where, Paris? Anyways, when the company stopped, I guess, making fountain pens, they had a lot of new old stock of their black hard rubber caps and barrels. So there's no actual fountain pen in here. Literally all they did was take one of the metal flanges that's in the end of basically all straight holders, and they fit perfectly in the end of this barrel. I don't know if they ground them the exact thickness so that the flange could fit in there, but it fits perfect. So this is, though it looks like a fountain pen, it is a dip pen. So this is just right now it has a Nico G in it, which is what I'm going to be using today for my drills. Just a Nico G in a cool-looking black dip pen that I'm rather fond of. It's comfortable and all that kind of stuff. So it's the one I want to use. All right, so here we go. Get rid of that sheet. And we'll start here. So I'm going to get my metronome. The app I'm going to be using today, and I don't know how this is going to work with the microphone. Hopefully there's not an audio delay. If you guys want to follow along with me, by all means do, because it's just going to be me sort of counting out loud. Unlike most of my lives, I have to focus on what I'm doing if I'm going to try to do proper amounts of drills and whatnot. So I'm going to be using my Metronome Beats app, which looks, you can see it right there. I like this one a lot. If you're looking for a metronome app, if you want to use metronomes at home, I don't know if this is available for iPhone. I'm on the Google Play Store. Hopefully it is. If not, there's tons of metronome apps that do a good job. But I like this one because I can set if I want certain beats to sound different or to be completely muted. I have it set so that every one gives me a different sound. And then I have it set 10 beats per bar. Normal music is 4 or 8. I mean, there's 3, 4, and there's different kind of time signatures in music, but standard is 4 or 8. I like that with this app, I can make it 10 because it just makes counting to 100 a heck of a lot easier. All right, so we're going to put that to the side. I'm going to do my first ovals. I should be able to fit 500 across my page. The book asked for 400 across a page, but their pages were 6.5 inches, or they only wrote 6.5 inches long. So in the interest of saving paper, I'm going to use a little bit longer, and I can fit, or I should be able to fit 500 all the way across. I'm talking a lot to avoid starting. Can you tell? All right, here we go. Clean the nib. Stop talking and write, Mike. Posture's good. I set the camera up so you can fully see my elbow today. What's up, Inez? How's it going, bruh? Oh, is this Inez's first time in the chat for my live streams? I feel honored. Okay, here we go. Inez was in my movement writing class, so she knows what it's like to work with the metronome and me in person. Here's what it sounds like. And that's what we listened to for a while now. I apologize if that's annoying. I know drills aren't everybody's cup of tea. Actually, you know what? I'm also going to use a sheet here to glide my fingers on. Set my page up so I write at about, there we go. So my push-pull would be going directly away from myself. My paper is at that angle. That's going to be slightly different for different people. And here we go. We want direct ovals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 20, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 81, 2, 3, 4, 91, 2, 100. Okay, normally this is where I usually stop, redip my pen, which is what I'm going to do now, but I figured I would pause pause the metronome to stop and talk. I guess I could zoom in a little bit since I'm not going, since I'm not writing all that big for you guys. A little easier to see what I'm writing, but it's just super fine hairlines. As you're going or when you stop to analyze your work, the only thing we're really looking for here is trying to make sure that our lines are completely even, so there's no heavy spots. We're going a nice night touch. Wow, a nice night touch, a nice light touch. And yeah, I need to stop sweating so I can keep going. But here we go. Let's keep going. That's 100. I didn't take up very much space there. I might be able to fit even more than 500 on this line. Here we go. Eight, 9, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61. 2, 3, 4, 5. 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 51. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61. 2, 3, 4, 5, 71. 2, 3, 4, 5, 81. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Okay. Pausing again real quick. As you can see, this takes a long, or it feels like it takes a long time. Maybe it's not actually taking that long. But this takes a long time. Mr. Mike, where did you get the idea of using a metronome? Not my idea. A lot of the old books, like I said, they recommend specific downstrokes per minute. So the best way to track that is using a metronome. When I teach the Art of Movement Writing class, for those of you who don't know, I'm a dancer by profession. So dancing and rhythms and whatnot is super, it's important, or it's part of my life. But it's the best way for me to ensure that my students and the people in the class are going a speed that I need them to ensure that they're going to be building muscles for movement writing. So that's why I started using the metronome in class. I don't usually use a metronome in my day-to-day practice. I kind of, once you get a gauge of what 180 beats per minute sounds like, then you don't need a metronome. You can just you just go for it. But if you want to ensure that you're doing exactly the right thing, then you can use a metronome. Some people like using them, some people don't. Like I said, I don't usually, but I'm trying to be very specific in this goal to improve my my writing here. And I am doing these with my forearm on the table. I'm using what I call, or what is termed, forearm movement. And now that doesn't mean that that the motion is coming from my forearm. Nothing is really moving here. Forearm movement just means all the weight is on my forearm. The energy is still coming from my back, my bicep. It's all coming from my larger core muscles here, pushing everything. So I'm on the fleshy bit of my right arm is what's going around. So this is arm movement writing, or forearm movement. I'm getting sweaty, which is not a good thing. I'm assuming lights and cameras, and it's hot in here. But let's keep going. We got to make it all the way across. What was that? 300 so far, I think? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 2, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 1, 2, 3, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41, 2, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Awesome. Move the paper over so I'm in my comfortable position. Probably don't have to dip more, but I'm going to anyways. 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 2, 7, 8, 9, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 51, 61, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91, 2, 7, 8, 9, 100. 10, 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 41, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 51, 2, 3, 4, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 81, 2, 9, 91, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Let's do one more, why not? I think we can make it across. We can fit one more. 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41, 2, 7, 8, 9, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, running out of space. 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I ran out of space. Darn it. Whoopsies. All right, so there we go. So you can see sort of how long it takes. Like when you see these in every book that's out there, and you think, okay, cool, a round of ovals. But to do, like this was more, I think I ended up, had I got here, I think I would have had, how many did I do across there? I lost count of how many sets of 10 we did. Would that have been almost 700? I know we at least did 600. I think anyways. I can't keep track of everything. Was it almost 700? Before I let my nib go across or off the page. What's going on, Priyanka? Welcome. Don't be anxious in this. It's just fun. So now we stop and I'm going to look by and I can see that I don't have too many hot spots. There's a couple places where my movement going across it gets a little hard, but my left to right seems pretty decent through all the ovals. So I'm going to move on to the next exercise. In the book, they leave an empty space in the middle. I'm assuming that's for teachers to make notes and it's easier to see for correcting and things like that. But I don't like wasting paper, so I'm going to just keep going on to this next 2. Okay, I'm just going to say we did 600. I don't know how many we actually did there at 180. Just to, oh, you guys can't see what I wrote there. Just to keep consistent, I'm going to start whenever I use a metronome. I said I don't always use one, but whenever I use one, I'm going to start making little notes. Okay, now we're going to go into push-pulls. Same idea, same posture, same everything, but instead of going around, I'm going to go up and down. And I could probably do these at 200. Some books say 200, but I'm going to stay at 180 because that's a nice, comfortable, and still rather quick. And then I'll jump to 200 when we bring things half size. But for now, we'll keep it at 180. 180 push-pulls. Now, one thing that I know I do when I do push-pulls is they start nice and going directly away from me, but then when I get over to the end, for some reason, they end up going sort of more vertical. They lose their natural slant, so it's important. That's something in my brain as I go, as I'm moving the paper, each one, and really trying to keep that slant consistent all the way across. Luckily, I have my ovals up here that sort of give me a gauge. If I get off slant, if I'm a little off slant, I'm not too stressed about it. But I don't want to be a lot off slant. So those ovals kind of help me keep that gauge. All right, here we go. Push pulls. Same thing. We'll see how many we get across. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 2. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 2. 10, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 2, 3. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. That might have only been 90 instead of 100. But that's okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Woo! I didn't do that one. That one was very spaced out. I gotta keep that tighter. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 51, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91, 2, 3, losing slant, 8, 9, 100. Bah! I started to lose it around the 70 mark. It's unfortunate. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 21. 4, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. I think I only did 400 across there. I don't even think I got 5. Right? If I did 5, correct me if you guys remember. I don't remember, but it felt like I only did 400. These middle ones were super spaced out. You can see when I started trying to condense them more, but then I lost my slant a little bit. I think that was 400 at 180. Okay. Now we do one that I'm not as good at. We're going to do the indirect oval. And I'll tell you before we get started what I do wrong in the indirect oval and what I'm trying to fix. It's the weird thing because what's going on? It doesn't feel like I'm making a mistake. But when I look at the work, it's definitely flawed in this very specific way. When I do direct ovals counterclockwise, my arm is able to stay completely flat and go. So my nib doesn't bend down, doesn't go down at all. So my lines are always even hairline. But for some reason, and it's frustrating, when I reverse that oval, so when I do clockwise ovals or indirect ovals, there's a fiber in my nib. When I do indirect ovals on the left upstroke, for reasons unknown to me, I mean, pretty sure I know. It's just when I'm doing it, it doesn't feel like I'm doing it. It's really annoying. My hand doesn't push evenly across the desk. It's like at a slight angle. So when I go on the upstroke, my hand comes off the page ever so slightly. So sometimes I lose my hairline on the upper left side of the oval. It's very frustrating because in order to fix it, I have to, in my brain, I'm taking my arm, which is doing this upstroke. I feel like it's traveling in this direction, which is why on the upstroke, it's coming off the page. I have to change it to make it actually flat, but in my brain feels like it's down, so it feels like it should be digging into the page, so it feels wrong, but it is what I need to do. That might have not made any sense at all, but if it didn't, I apologize. Okay, here we go. Indirect ovals at 180 beats per minute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 64, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. What's happening here? Oh, everything reset. I think I lost you guys for a sec there. Your shoulders should be super relaxed, Fozzie. Super, uber, incredibly relaxed. Sorry, I'm just checking my computer because it showed me that I think I lost you guys for a sec there. That happened last week as well. Everything seems fine. It says my connection's excellent, but the program shuts down and restarts itself, and I'll do some research into that and see if I can figure out why. But you can see what's happening. I mean, it's hard to tell now because I have my lines crossing here, so it's obviously thicker. But this side of my oval is much darker than the left side, and that's annoying because that is the downstroke, but I'm not applying any pressure. It shouldn't be any darker, and yet it is. Okay, that was 100. Let's keep going. We gotta do a whole bunch more. Metronome, go. Okay, keep it flat. Change my grip a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4. 70, 1, 2, 3, 4. 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. That felt much better. That 100. 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4. 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 100. So you can see here, I want to show you guys, I don't know if the camera will show it. I completely lost my hairline on this side. I could hear it. That's the biggest thing that I focus on when I'm doing this. It's less even about the visual for this one because I know exactly what is happening and I can hear it. The nib comes off the page and not the awesome butterfly touch that we want in ornamental penmanship and whatnot and movement writing. It comes off all the way off. So there's no ink going down and that means that's no good. Okay, continuing on. Try to fix that. You can see once I didn't hear it a few times, and it was a grip modification that I made to see if I could get that back down, but I'm pretty sure it's movement based where the issue's coming from. Very frustrating. But we gotta fix it, because that happens in signatures and stuff when I'm writing, and I can't have that. Oh, more ink. 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5. 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 3. 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3. 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like I might have counted some of those 10s again, or not enough times. That might have not been a full 100, but that's okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. 61, 2, 3, 4, 5. 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2. Started getting too small in one spot, ever so slightly. Too many things to think about. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2. I think we're actually on 50. 8, 9, 51. Oh well, 2. 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 1, 2, 3. 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. My counts went all over the place on that one, and you can see I was giggling and thinking about other things. And it's funny how you can definitely see when those things happen. You can see it in the quality of writing. It has an effect. 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5. 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 81, 2, 3, 9, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. I feel like I'm messing up a lot of my numbers, but we're getting approximately numbers, which is good enough. I believe that was again at least 600 at 180. It might have only been 500, but I think it was 6. I don't remember. What do we got? Yeah, something about the indirect oval is a challenge. A lot of people are different. Usually somebody is one oval direction dominant. Not all the time. Some people can do both ways. Some people can't do either way. But usually I find that one will feel more natural than the other. Uh-oh, breaking up paper is no good. It's hot in here. It's not humid right now, but it is hot. Okay, next up we're going to do these same exercises, half size. So I'm going to bring this down to 3/8, and we're going to bump the BPM up to 200. So you guys can hear what it sounds good. Not that different. Is the volume of the metronome okay? Is it super annoying or is it all right? Let me know. I can turn it down or up if you want. I'm not assuming you guys want me to turn it up though. Most people aren't huge fans of the sound of a metronome. I'm sorry, it's not cool groovy music like usually this week. But I'm pretty sure the music would clash with the metronome a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go back to direct ovals, and we're going to do 200 downstrokes per minute. Deep breath. Let's take a sip of tea. Shouldn't be drinking tea when we're penmanshipping, but that's all right. It's just so delicious. Green tea with honey. Can't beat it. The volume's good. Okay, good. Awesome. That's good to know. Also going to take a sip of water, because hydration is important. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Direct ovals. We'll see how many we get across here. 200 downstrokes per minute. Here we go. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3. 51, 2, 3, 4, 5. 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2, 3. 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Okay, goes by pretty quick when it's 200. I don't even think I need to dip. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 100. Did I do 90 twice? Might have. I missed my counting because I was noticing my ovals are a little squished. Something that I am guilty of doing almost all the time in pretty much all of my work. It's super important for me to focus on widening my ovals. I write a little too angular. Not angular, a little too squished. So we're going to be conscious of that and try to space them out a little bit. They should be approximately... What is the 2/3 width versus length? That made sense in my head, but I'm not sure it made sense the way it came out of my mouth. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 21, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3. 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 51, 2, 7, 8, 9, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 81, 2, 8, 9, 91, 2, 3, 4, 9, 100. 300. 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 21, 8, 9, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 51, 2, 61, 2, 3, 4, 71, 2, 3, 4, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. 400. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61, 2, 8, 9, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 81, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 81, 2, 3, 4, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. That's 500, right? 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41, 2, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. 600. I think twice, but that's okay. 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31, 2. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61, 2, 3, 4. Not sure if that's right. 71, 2, 7, 8, 9, 81, 2. Not sure how many I did there. I think that was right, but it might have been wrong. I'm going to try to get one more 100 in here just because I think we can. 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Sweet. So I think that was 700 little ovals, maybe, unless I miscounted. At 200 downstrokes per minute. All right. If you're not joining in today in the writing, sorry. Today's live, I'm realizing, is not probably as entertaining or as fun as some of the other ones that we've done previous. So for that, I apologize. Okay. Now wait, I want to go to the book real quick. Because I never did, I think for some reason in the book, they never did, at this stage in the game anyways, indirect ovals, small size. I just want to confirm what we're going to do next. Okay, we did those ones. Oh, now we do groups of 6. Make line after line with exercise you match the arm movement. Normally, I should probably do a few rows of the small ones, but in the interest of keeping the live not crazy, grueling, and boring, I'm gonna move forward. Normally, according to the book, and this is what all penmanship, ornamental penmanship, everything books, they all say, like, there's no time frame for most of these books. It's not like do this one page, do a page per day or a page per week or something like that. It's self-governing a little bit. Obviously, teachers would have these books and they would guide the class and choose sort of what tempo they wanted to go at, or some of them also had a curriculum to follow, no doubt. So they had to keep that in mind. But the way that you gauge is you don't move on to the next exercise until you master the current exercise. And by master, it means that your work should look like it does in the book. And if it doesn't, you keep doing it until it does. So that is sort of the self-governing, self-critique. Not critique, I don't like that word. But that's kind of how you have to go by it. If your ovals and everything don't look like these, I think I'm pretty close, not too bad. I'm happy with my current progress. But you don't move on to the next page until that happens. But I just want to make sure, did I skip ahead? No. Okay, so watch the spacing closely, secure that. Watch the spacing closely. Yup. Retrace each oval 6 times. They get very specific. Curve down on the downstroke and whatnot. Yes, so next we're going to do evaluation. Good word, Fozzie. Thank you. Not critique. Evaluation. Critique isn't a bad word. It's just often, I think people tie a negative sort of feeling or energy to critique. So that's why I don't like the word, because it feels negative, so I try to not use it. It's not negative critique. I self-critique, and it feels very positive. It's growth-inducing and whatnot. All right, here we go. So same direct oval, doing groups of 6. Pretty simple. We're going to keep these at 200 beats per minute. That's what I did yesterday, right? Yeah. Look at that. So yesterday, I did 500. I was having some very serious nib issues yesterday when I got to this point, for some reason. But 500. Today, I think we cleanly got 700 all the way across, which I'm pretty happy about. If I'm being honest. Okay, groups of 6 at 200 beats per second. Now, the interesting thing here, it's easier to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's normally how I do it in my teaching, but you're not supposed to pause. when, according to the book, if I read it yesterday, and if I'm remembering correctly, we literally go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. So you don't skip a beat. Your nib has to lift and go back down in that one beat. No pauses. And that's what helps you, and this is really, it will be important. It's something I'm not the best at, but in business writing, going from letter to letter and stroke to stroke. So those connective strokes are nice, and or those connections when they're in the air or on the page are nice and quick. All right, here we go. Oh, 6. You know what we're gonna do? 6. So I changed my metronome here so that I now have 6 beats. What's that little red thing? So now it should, yeah. So it'll just let us know all the 6s. And I'm not gonna bother counting how many I do across the page. I'm just gonna sort of focus on the 6 and the transition between each set of them. I'll probably do 3 or 4 sets, and then I will pause and move my paper. Here we go. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2. Okay, you can see right off the bat, the transition stresses me out, and I'm pretty sure it's my first stroke that comes down is heavier, because that's when I finish the first one, my nib lifts. My first oval usually ends up being a little wonky. I got better towards the end of these, but I'm pretty sure as I come down to start again, I'm applying a little bit more weight. So that first downstroke, or my downstrokes, are a little bit heavier than the other strokes. So I have to be very cautious of that, because that's not okay. And this is another exercise where it's very apparent when my when the widths of my ovals are condensed. I have to really fight to stretch them out and make them a little bit rounder. I'm sorry if you've already answered this a million times, but why no oblique holder for these exercises? This is a question that I've asked a lot of penmen. And there are good reasons that I've been given for why not to use an oblique holder. But I'm going to be honest and tell you, I don't remember them. I kind of have always been in the mindset of, the nib point is in the exact same place. I'm not a teacher of business penmanship. There are other people that you should reach out to with that question, because there is a good answer to it. I just unfortunately don't know what it is. I can't remember, because in my brain I feel like I should be able to do this with an oblique holder, and you can. It's just you're not supposed to, and I can't really specifically remember why. I do think it might have something to do with when you use an oblique holder, the nib goes along the slant line, and that makes it harder probably to get hairline strokes when you're doing certain lines that should not have shades. Don't take anything of that answer from my mouth for gospel. Please refer that question to somebody who teaches business penmanship, because I don't have the right answer for you, unfortunately. A lot of people start with pencils. A lot of people do these exercises with pencils. You can use pencils. You can use any pen. Marcus Carlini, who's a teacher of business penmanship, he likes using just the standard little cheap blue Bic pen. He likes the way the blue Bic ball pen writes. I personally am not a huge fan of that feeling, but you can do them with anything. The big thing I would say is just make sure whatever pen or pencil you're using can keep up. If you're doing quick movements, a lot of ballpoints can't keep up with the lines. they skip, and or not skip is the wrong word, but they hesitate. So be aware of that. All right, here we go. Continuing on. Okay, don't shade the left side and make them wide. Oh, 6 happened so fast. All right, that one I think was my best one. Not something you really do in drills. I'm gonna give it a happy face because it felt the best. The connection is so fast, it makes me stress out, and my first oval is always pretty wonky. I'm gonna do another row of those just because it feels like I should. I don't feel super solid. Travels so quick. That's better. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Four more. Running out of ink. All right. There we go. Sorry, let me catch up on the chat here now. I personally don't believe you'll be doing yourself any kind of disservice by using an oblique. Potentially, I could see there being reasons that you won't be learning or growing quite as much with an oblique, but I don't know. Yeah, sorry, the question, do these muscles, does the muscle memory from these exercises work for Spencerian ornamental penmanship? Most definitely. There are slight little differences in sort of spacing and stylistic things, but the foundation of everything that goes into ornamental penmanship is in business writing. It is said that before you embark on learning business and learning ornamental penmanship, you should first acquire a good business penmanship hand. That is something that I didn't do. I'm backwards, just because I don't find business writing as fun. But I do want to get better at it because what I train here will translate over into my ornamental penmanship. Because it's all muscle training. It's all the same. The same muscles are activating and everything. It's when you get deeper into it stylistically, you're trying for slightly different things. Slightly. Some of the letter forms are very, very similar, but you're fighting for slightly different things but the muscles and the body that is creating them is the same. So they help each other, in my opinion. I do believe. Okay, I do another do believe. I think we go to straight lines now. Yes, right? Let's double check. Oh. Not even push-pulls yet. So the exercise we're doing now is this guy right here. So these are long lines. And now this book doesn't specify how many it goes across. When I was doing this yesterday, I did 9, and I gave myself 1 beat to go down to the next line. So I'd go across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next line, 1, 2, 3. Is how I was doing it. Is it the way they intended? I honestly don't know, because they don't state 9. They don't state pause a count to go to the next line. I don't think they. It doesn't have to be that strict, but that's how I was doing it, and that's how I'm going to continue doing it. Yes, okay. So the big thing here is that, like all the other exercises so far that we've done, the fingers and the wrists do absolutely nothing. It is all the arm. So just like before, where we're doing all these ovals, my fingers and whatnot don't move, my wrist doesn't move at all. Everything here is static. It's the same going with our lines. We are going across here and across and across and across and across. I believe, I forgot, I'm pretty sure they recommend 100. So we get to slow down a little bit. I swear they said 100 somewhere. Oh yeah, left, right, 100 strokes per minute. Keep writing from work. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna do 100. And then they do sections of like how I'm doing the 9, and then they also do just a large chunk. I'm just gonna do the 9s for now. My page is super curly, but we're gonna do these going across our work. So we're gonna go from this line here all the way across to this top line. It's gonna be the distance that we're gonna span. And the reason you do this, it helps to practice writing in a straight line. If you don't have like a baseline or anything like that, this is how you can get used to writing across a page that's not ruled. So I set my paper up so it's at the right angle, and so that my arm is at a good spot to go all the way across, nice and straight. What I'm probably going to do, I'm going to do 9 of them. I'm going to lift my elbow really quick, do 9 more, then I'll position the page. And I'll kind of feel that out as we go. All right, 100. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Half my page is a little bit long, but as I get down the page, that will fix itself. Here we go, 100. Oh. Let's put our beats back to 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make very sure when you're doing these that you're not letting your wrist do the work. It is easy to let that happen, so you have to be very careful that your own physical habits aren't coming into play. Whoops. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feels so much more relaxing. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I missed it. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. Uh-oh, running out of ink. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Few more. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Sweet. Now again, it doesn't specify in the notes, but I'm assuming the goal is to cascade them down. So like when we do our push pulls across, we're trying to not go back up again. I find it a little bit harder going across, but my goal is to cascade each one slightly lower than the last one. Doesn't always happen, as you can see. They're quite close together, but that is what I'm striving for. Yeah, this one is pretty relaxing. What is the minimal amount of time practice with circles, etc., or do you before getting into ink and pen work again? I mean, there isn't really a minimal time. Like when they were teaching these styles, or this in school, this was the class. Like I know this is like a one night doing this as my YouTube live video, but this would have been the class. Like students would have gone into class and just done this for an hour. I mean, we've been doing this for about an hour now, and we're only like a quarter way down the page. We haven't really done that much. Granted, I've stopped and talked a lot, but this would be the lesson, and they'd come in tomorrow the next class and they'd do the next thing, but they would review this stuff. So it's compound growing. Unfortunately, we don't have a penmanship education system or program in place that we can really do that. But this would be this is a writing session. This is writing. So I wouldn't say there's a minimum of how long you should do this before you write. Like I said in the very beginning of this live, when I actually write, like when I sit down to play or when you see my other live videos, I'll do like 20 ovals, some horizontal ovals, just to get my arm warm and get everything sort of limbered up, and then I start actually writing. It's not a session. This is a session of drills specifically geared towards muscle training and whatnot, which is probably a lot more boring than what we normally do on these lives. And for that, I apologize, I guess. Sorry. Okay, moving on. Let's check the book. What we got next?
Sorry, I don't understand.
What? Google's trying to get involved. Okay, now this is where, like I said, when things sort of start to repeat themselves a little bit. Our next page in the book has our push-pulls again, but I'm not going to do this exercise again right away because we just did it. I am going to do the half-height ones, and then this is just the same oval drill that we just did when we did the half-size ones. So I'm guessing this book would have been broken down, so this is like next week or next lesson or something like that, and then this is what we review before moving on. I have to talk to some more people to get sort of some opinions about that, because I could do these ones again. I'm just being quite honest with you, not in the mood. And like I said before, we wouldn't just be doing one row of these, we'd be doing lots of them. But today I'm going a little bit quicker through these. So we're gonna skip these. Well, we're gonna do these. Sorry, the half push pulls at 200 downstrokes per minute, and then we're gonna move on to the next exercise. Yep. All right. So push pulls. So we're bumping back up to 200 again, and we're gonna count them in groups of 10, or count them. We're gonna go to groups of 100, I guess. I'm glad you're enjoying this stream as much as the others. You guys are the hardcore. I'm surprised we've had a decent number of people with us today watching, and I like to think that maybe people are joining in today. It's not the most entertaining live to watch. I can't crack jokes and be fun like I normally would because I'm actually working today, which is not a common thing. Normally I just playtime is important for me, but I'm actually putting in work today. A rare occasion. Oh, I forgot to mark down what these last ones were. These were groups of 6 at 200. Same with these were groups of 6 at 200. All right, here we go. Little lines. Back to quick. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 9, 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. 1, 2, 3, 9, 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Okay, there's our first 100. Pretty even. Pretty stoked on those. As long as my slant stays the same, we're good. Some more ink just in case. I'm going to turn this down ever so slightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. So what I'm finding as I'm moving across my fingers, I'm doing this with my pen a little bit. It's not something I feel, but I see it. So I have to be aware of that. My hand is changing as I'm going across. It's not doing the writing at all, but as I move across, because naturally with the arm, it's going to go this way, which means my arm needs to be reset so that it's going across. That's my elbow needed to go from here to here in order to straighten that out for myself, which is like probably like a quarter or a half an inch difference to get the right trajectory across. Here we go. Come back to my ideal writing spot. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. Here we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41, 2. I'm gonna clean my nib real quick. You can see right there, I had a slight, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, lost my angle a little bit, but it feels like there might be something dry on the end of my nib here from when I stopped to talk. You talk too much, Mike. You gotta write some more. Okay. Keep my angle. We good? Yes. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31, 2. 8, 9, 51, 2. 9, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2. Oh, I stopped at 90. Whoops. I think. Oopsies. Last 100. Here we go. Seven, 8, 9, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2, 3. Okay. Ran out of space at the very end. I believe that was 500, which was probably pushing it. I probably should have just gone for 400, but I think that was 500. I don't think it was 6. Maybe it was. I will only know when I watch this video back again what it actually was, because I have no idea. Okay. Now we're going to do a set of exercises where we do... Why am I using a Nico G and not a Hunt 101? So in business writing, and I actually asked this question on my Discord the other day to some business penmanship folk. I was curious. Eventually, like, my goal is to be able to, I want to do my business penmanship and everything with the same nib, so all with the Leonard Principle or the Hunt 101. But in practicing, if I use a Nico G, there's a lot less. It's a firmer nib, so I don't have to worry about my pressure quite as much. Um, I have a light touch. We know that already, or I know that about myself already, and it just takes one little element that I don't have to think about quite as much. I still need a light touch because you can still see, but if I put any pressure at all with a Hunt 101, I'm going to get a slight bit more amount of ink on my page. And if I do that, my page is going to get wetter. And I'm going to pick up, the chances of picking up fibers is a lot higher. I've done these exercises and I can do them with a Hunt 101, a Leonard Principle, and things like that. That's what yesterday's were done with a few different nibs. I kept switching nibs as some of them were giving me trouble. But I found my favorite combination so far for these exercises, ink and nib for the specific paper I'm using, which is just Staples 733333 paper. It's not fancy paper, just a cheap copy paper that takes ink well, or most inks. I'm using Sumi ink, Moon Palace Sumi. I don't know exactly how much water diluted it is because the jar is old and I've added water to it so many times. But Sumi ink with a Nico G nib works, I think, perfectly. Normally, and those who know me will know this, I don't like Sumi ink. I use it as little as possible. Um, Primarily because I find it comes out way too dark for most of my writing. But when I'm going quick like these drills, when I'm doing them at 200 and 180 and whatnot downstrokes per minute, there's enough speed there and the fineness of the Nico G. This is actually maybe a Zebra G. It's the same thing in my brain. Creates a really nice line. And the Sumi doesn't skip and it doesn't have fading issues. I find that the paper takes it really well, so I don't pick up as many fibers. So it has become my favorite combination and what I'll probably use only for drills like this. I don't think I'll actually use it in actual writing and practice, but that's what I'm using for my drill practice. The Hunt is, I mean, I've done them with the Hunt before. The Hunt is just challenging. Um, There's no reason you can't use them like that, though. I think most schools used a school pen, which is a little bit duller. I know Marcus Carlini says one of his favorites right now is the, excuse me, the Nico school pen, um, because it's a little bit firmer and it's a medium line, so it doesn't give you a crazy hairline. Most business writing, the goal isn't always to super fine hairline. The goal is nice and legible. Just like in school, you wouldn't write with a 0.2 or 0.3 millimeter pencil. You would write with a number 2, which is equivalent to like 0.7 millimeter lead. So it's legible because that's the point of business writing. It's not for the contrast in hairline to shade like ornamental penmanship and Spencerian and whatnot. Yeah, you can see at the end here my angle completely goes out of whack because I was focused on squishing it and I messed that up. So that last 100 was probably a mistake. But that's okay. Next exercise we're going to do is, what is it? 8 ovals and then 16 push-pulls, and then 8 ovals and 16 push-pulls, not lifting the pen off the page. So in the transition, so we do our 8 ovals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We come up from here to stop to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From here it comes up. Then we get our first 1 is of the downstroke of the oval, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we go continuously from oval to push-pull to oval to push-pull. And the one thing that when I was doing this yesterday that I really noticed that I do a lot of times, and I'm assuming most people would, coming out of the oval, when you go into those straight lines, your first straight line is almost always looped because of the round motion you have going. Having it come up and straight down, getting that sharp point on the very first one, keeping time, is challenging. So for me, that's one of the really good exercises or what one of the really good outcomes of this exercise, rather. So, here we go. We're going to do this one at, what speed? 200? Let me double check to see if the book, yesterday, I did it at 200. I just want to confirm that the book says 200. If it doesn't, 200 makes sense. 200 downstrokes per minute. Yep. We're going to do one line of 8 ovals, 16 straight lines, and then we're going to do another line of 8 ovals, 8 lines. And then we'll move on to the next exercise. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Let's take another sip of tea, just because I forgot it was back there. Sweet. All right, Mike. Less talk, more writing. Here we go. Let's get our... For me, I'm just going to let you guys know real quick. The best identifier for me of my paper angle, that's what gets... I always try to set up in the right angle. If my paper is off angle, that's usually when my writing ends up being off angle. So for me, my push-pulls are directly 90 degrees forward across my desk. So that's what I'm shooting for keeping all the time. And that is approximately 52 degrees. 52, between 48 and 52, somewhere in there, maybe 50. All right, let's do it. 200. All right. Oh, let's... Right, I gotta change this to be sets of 8. Here we go. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoops, I did 16 there. Whoopsies. Okay. I think a couple times I did 16 around the oval instead of 8, but that's all right. What's going on, Stuart? I did say whoopsies. Mm-hmm. Thanks for popping in, man. We're doing drills today for business penmanship drills because it's something that I really need to work on. Normally not something I would do on a live, but people requested that I did it. So we'll do it this week. Next week will be something else, something more fun. Here we go. What am I talking about? This is super fun. Okay. 8 and 8. Breathe. Ovals are too squished. I gotta widen them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Letting myself get a little bit too far away from my ideal writing position. Cool. My first oval is always crazy wonky, too big. Okay. Next exercise. We're going to go back to the book. Check it out. This one, I believe, is the little hangy one. Yeah, this one right here. So, it doesn't state a time for these ones, but we're going to do them the same speed as the straight lines that we did, 100. And again, things that they don't talk about in here. But it's starting, we're splitting the 3/8 of an inch in half, and we're starting at the halfway point, or the top, and it's dipping down to the baseline, and then up to the halfway point, and then going back. And we'll do that. I'm going to follow the same idea. I'm going to do 9 of them, and then go down to the next line. And then 9 more, down to the next line, and 9 more. And then we have that crazy one that's not in the other Zehner movement book, but this is the one that says 300 downstrokes per minute. I haven't done the little ovals yet. I've only done the straight lines. Today, I think I'm going to try both, just for fun. But first, we'll do these loopy lines. So we'll drop down to 100 lines per minute. And now what I'm going to do, because my page is a little bit bigger than theirs, I didn't do this yesterday, but let me actually mark with a pen. So, obviously those are my ends. I'm just trying to do this just a little bit visually, because I don't feel like measuring, but we're going to break it into 3. I could probably do these just 2 across, but I'm going to condense them a little bit just to get 3, just for fun. And then I'm going to start, like I said, we will start at the top here. We will come down to ideally the halfway point and then go back up to the top. And then keep that shape for 9 and then do the next one. And we will do 4 of them, starting here to, we'll do 4 of them across. I think, yes. At 100. Drunk on coffee. The line ovals is it's easy for your lines and your ovals after the lines, making that quick transition. That's why I really like this exercise. I don't think I've ever really done it exactly like that before. I've done similar, um, but it's a good one to train that quick transition, to change or to train that quick transition. Oh, I forgot to write here. 8 and 16 at 200, and 8 and 8 at 200. Okay, here we go. Nice and slow. We're chilling it off a little bit. Chilling it off? That's not a term, but that's okay. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, whoopsies. Bring this back. Let's bring the count back up to 10. There we go. That didn't sound quite right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we'll finish our 10th one. Why not? Same thing on the next line. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, normally I would say that this exercise could also be done when you turn your paper and doing it across, but unfortunately, or I'm really paying attention to the half so that I'm dipping down the right amount every time, so I'm not making them too loopy or too straight. So that's why I'm not going to do these ones turned to the side. I guess you could. The book doesn't tell you to, but I guess you totally could once you get used to that nice dip. But I'm not going to do them that way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops, a little too low. Wait a minute, I'm off the 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. Relaxing. Just because those ones go by really quickly, we could probably do a whole other set of those, but I'm going to move on to the next exercise. Because that one's pretty chill. I have to read a little bit more. Actually, maybe I'll do that right now. Because I don't specifically know what the purpose of that exercise is. So far, I know what all the other exercises we've done, what the goal is, or why we're doing them. This one I'm not honestly sure. So I will read you. Gather, children, let me tell you a story. This is a good exercise with which to gain freedom from left to right. Count as follows: right, left, etc. At the rate of about 100 strokes per minute. Oh, it does say the rate, so that's what we were doing. That's good. Let the strokes be quite as regular as that of a pendulum, and as clear-cut as you can possibly make them. Do not let the wrist twist, but see to it that your forearm swings freely and forcefully straight from the elbow. Check. Lightness and smoothness of stroke and quickness of action are desirable. Cool. So they don't tell me why. I guess this is just to get freedom. It's not there's no specific other than just freedom of movement going right to left. All right. Next up, we're going to do these little dudes. Just 'cause. The little straight line exercise should be made with a quick vibratory. That's what leads me to believe that it's not a typo, that it's actually 300. Or in and out motion of the arm at a rate of about 300 downstrokes to a minute. They do say about, so maybe they don't mean exactly 300, because that's mad fast. Be sure that you're not using your fingers in this exercise, and see to it that the arm works freely in and out of the sleeve. I don't have a sleeve. Aim to secure uniform space as well as uniform height and slant. These exercises aid in gaining control. Make the little straight line exercise 1 space or 1/2 space high. Okay, but they don't, and this is what's interesting about this book. I feel like at this point in the lesson, it's not super important to do the little oval one because they don't talk about it. But I think that same picture or that plate, that's one printing plate that they probably put in there every time they use those two. It's my theory. I'll see what happens when we get further on to see the documentation on the ovals. But they don't talk about the ovals. They just talk about the straight ones. We're going to try to do both, just because. Why not? All right, 1/2 space high. And because it's so crazy fast, what I'm actually going to do with a pencil, where's my 0.3? I'm actually going to write a line at the halfway point here. About there. Because then I can not waste space and use the top and the bottom. Now, I do think doing this without making a line is also a good idea. Like when I'm doing other exercises that aren't this fast, I would not want to, I wouldn't want to make a line at the halfway point because I want my eyes and my arms to get used to the feeling of cutting it off halfway without needing the visual guideline. But because these are 300 downstrokes per minute, which is mad fast, I'm going to put a little line there. That was not halfway. Let me redo that one, sorry. That should about do it. Right on. Okay, we'll do push pulls first. 300 is so fast. .300 is actually the fastest that this metronome goes. Unless I pay, and I don't want to pay. Sounds like this. So fast. All right. No better way to do it than to do it, right? Is that a real saying? I don't know. All right, we'll turn the paper here so we're at the right angle. Try to keep it going this way. 300 downstrokes per minute. This is about as fast as I can move my arm. All right. Is there a fiber in there? There is. Stop wasting time, Mike, and do it. Wasting time. Okay. Here we go. 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2, 3. 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. That is so impossible. That's so crazy fast. 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2, 3, 9, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. Okay, keep going. Every once in a while, my muscles trip out, and one of the lines ends up being like super short and just sketchy. I'm really curious to see if eventually, if I do this enough times, eventually my muscles will get used to it. I'm assuming they will, but man, I don't know. 300 just doesn't seem normal. 250, 280s, maybe. I don't know. 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61, 2, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are ugly. Wow, that's 300 at 300. Let's do another row of those, and then we're going to try ovals. It legitimately is like writing school. I got to do these a little bit closer to myself, I feel like, for some reason. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31, 2. Not very impressive. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. Couldn't keep up on that one. Okay, one more set. Shapers. Nope. Lost it. Brrr. That's banana pants. That's too fast. That one's crazy. We're going to try ovals. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. It doesn't specifically say that the ovals are meant to be done at 200, but we're going to try, or at 300, but we're going to try anyways, just because why not? I don't see why not trying. So let's try ovals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can't decide. If I feel part of my brain thinks that's going to be easier, but my brain is good at being wrong. Okay, here we go. Let's find out. Relax. The hardest part is to not tense up the arms, not tense up anything, and let it still come from the right place. It's too easy to go to let everything tense up, but gotta let it, keep it relaxed, or it's never gonna work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. 100. And there was like 10 somewhere in the middle where my brain was like, oh, that feels okay for like 10. Then it went away. It was like, blah. As you can see. Blah. But in the middle, there was like from right there to there. It was like, oh, this feels all right. This feels not too bad. Here we go. This is silly. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. That was not bad. I'm not mad. We lose it around 80. I only have like a very short spot where I can actually keep up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 991, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31. One more, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, My last 100 went all crazy. Whew! Wow. What is that? I got 1. Did I do 4? Or 5? Do you guys know? I don't know if there's 4 or 500 in there. I'm going to say 400, but there might have been 500. Okay. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to do one more line of those. Okay. All right, one more line of those. Here we go. Relax. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61. 7, 8, 9, 70. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, that one wasn't very good. What happened there? I gotta relax. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's funny when they're good, and then when I lose it, they go all over the place. But every once in a while, I get going with the flow of it, and it works. 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oy vey. No more of that. That was banana pants. That one was 500 at 300. Craziness. Craziness. Okay. We're going to do one more drill, and then we're going to call this drill session over. And the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, I need to use one line, and then I can do another one of these lines. Which, you know what we're going to do just because... Oofa, I need to relax. Because it wasn't done yet, but we're going to do it anyways. Or it's not in the book. I'm going to throw in... we did these half-size ovals. Direct, push-pull. I am going to do a set of indirect ones, just because. So we're going to dial it back to 200. I'm going to do a set of those. That'll be my last fast ones. Then I'm going to do a set of the lines across. And then we'll call her finished. All right, here we go. That sounds so slow compared to 300. Well, because it is. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My paper lined up right. 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 81, 2. 8, 9, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. All right. Gotta relax my hand a little bit. Seven, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Same thing's happening on that upper left side, unfortunately. Every once in a while, I come off the paper. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2. 100. I think that was 100. I might have missed or double counted something. I'm not sure. Felt like 100 though. 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 9, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 0. 0, 100. Can we get one more 100? Yeah, I think we can. Let's try. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Yep. I gotta work on that drill specifically because of that upper left side is disconnecting, unfortunately. It's no good. I've got to fix it, but not today. Okay, last exercise for this page. We're going to turn our paper over, and then I'm probably going to end up following about the same numbers of these that I did, same spots, but that's not my real goal, so I'm not going to be looking over here. I'm just going to be trying to space it about that same amount, and we'll see what happens. Going 9, dropping down to 100. We'll do 9 lines, and then we'll pause for the 10th count to set up for the 10th line. All right, here we go. Whoa, that sounds crazy slow compared to 300. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 9, 10, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoops, forgot to pause for the 10th one. 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, Oops. Five, six, 7, 8, 9. Three, couple more. There we go. Whoo. Like I said, I was gonna potentially follow those ones, but I wasn't. But I much prefer the spacing of the second one than the first one. Zoom out so we can get the whole page. So there's our day's work. How long did that take? Jeez, that's almost 2 hours. Granted, I stopped to talk a lot, but if I wasn't talking, that's probably still a good hour and a half of solid writing. Bleh. Not too bad for a writing session. It's a nice one to finish that off because it's nice and relaxing. That last one. I've never done that exercise before until yesterday. I've done similar ones, but never exactly like this before. So there we go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is training movement writing. I think so close to how it was meant to be trained. Like I said, I think back in the day they would have done a lot more than one of these each going down a page. But geez, even doing them one of them each, like that's over an hour of writing, and we're only like you don't waste paper when you're doing this type of practice. Because I've been writing for 2 hours now, and I haven't even finished one full page. I still got that much of the page left to go. So, and it looks kind of cool. But I will be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I think those 300 ovals might have been not a mistake. They were fun, but they were. Something tweaked in here. Some of you may know, I have an issue with my shoulder right now, and normally writing doesn't affect it. But something about the tension doing those little ovals definitely doesn't make it feel super good. So I'm actually not gonna do the monogram and everything this week. We're gonna end tonight's live video with that. That's our writing session. I mean, I don't think you can expect more from a writing session for yourself than that's a good amount of practice. If you followed along with me this entire time, kudos, ladies and gentlemen. You just did a good deal of practice, and to be honest, a lot more than I would ever be able to do in a class. Because in any normal class, we gotta take bathroom breaks, we gotta take water breaks. I gotta teach you a lot more stuff in a short amount of time, so we don't actually ever get the time to really do. I can teach it, and I can tell you how to do it at home, But the only way to learn this stuff is to do it. And today, on this live, we did it. For real, a full session. Could have been longer. We could keep going. It could be shorter as well. It doesn't always have to be this long. But this kind of training, I might be a hypocrite to say that you should do it, because it's no secret that I didn't do a lot of this type of stuff when I first got into penmanship, and I probably don't do as much of it even now as I should in business penmanship and stuff. But it is super important. Just because I didn't do it doesn't mean I don't recognize how not important, how beneficial it is. You'll see, like, even these straight lines, I think, are better and more uniform and felt more comfortable to me than these straight lines, because everything was warmed up and things felt good. These ovals, though I still had these bottom ones, still had my little top left side issue, things felt smooth, and I wasn't, I don't know, I just wasn't experiencing many, like, hitches and things like that today. So yeah, that's that. Let me read the comments really quick. If there's any questions about what we did today or anything like that, please let me know. Hopefully this doesn't feel like I'm cutting us off early. We got 2.5 hours. Hopefully that's long enough. Jeez, we're still a long way from midnight. It's hard to hit the black light party, but that's okay, because that means when we hit it, it really counts, and it can be a real party. Next week, I'm gonna try to plan something fun, and hopefully I'm gonna try to make next week a longer one. What do we got in our comments here? You're very welcome, Sunil. I'm glad you enjoy them. Cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't think of anything else to say other than this has been a whole lot of fun. Those 300 ones were crazy. I'm actually kind of excited to go back and watch that footage just to see if my face is like as I was trying to keep up. Those ones were kind of intense. We're gonna be here again next Tuesday. Like I said, I'm gonna try to plan something. I'm gonna post like some prompt on Instagram or whatnot to get people's questions or something. We're gonna do something fun next week. It'll be planned. And until then, I'll see you guys on Instagram. And thank you so much for joining me this week. For those of you that are still here, if you're not into metronomes and whatnot, I once again apologize for how monotonous this one probably sounded. But people asked for it, and I wanted to give it to them. So, make sure that you are falling in love with the process, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you later. Have a good night. Stream ending now.